they've watched Celtic and Hearts drop points. If you're a fan, you'd think, no, there's a wee chance here. No, let's try and get behind the manager, behind this team, get back in it. They don't want to, because they don't want to watch. They can't watch this team. I agree with you, Jacko. I got a message at full time for a Rangers fan saying exactly as you've said, this is the worst Rangers team I've seen since they were down in the lower leagues. I mean, you think bad, even recent bad teams like Kashinya's.
I was going to say Kashinya's team was pretty ropey.
That was poor.
Daniel,
that was poor.
It was poor, but I tell you what, they'd probably beat this team 2 or 3-0 at the moment. Honestly,
I wouldn't argue with
you.
It tells you what a state. I mean, what a state. So now you've got Danny Rowe, and look, I don't want to be unkind. He's a really inexperienced guy. And there's a danger for...
Sorry to jump in, Keith, but if he'd won today, that's 5 straight wins, and it's not his team. I think.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about the standard of the football that you're watching.
Okay,
I'm talking about the fact that Rangers look incapable of scoring goals. In any matches, they don't create. And I'm sure there'll be somebody out there that knows the computer formula for XG and all this, which I don't need. I don't need it. I can see it with my own eyes. Rangers are a side that look inept in the final third. They don't look like creating chances. They certainly don't look like taking what they do create, what little they create. They're a bad lot. Now, I accept that Danny Rowe has turned it round in terms of results, but the performances, they're flatline. They haven't improved. In fact, look, what's the role? What's the main kind of key challenges that you set for a manager? You need them to organise your team. You need to motivate the players, and you need to improve them. Right? That's the 3 kind of big metrics for a manager. The Rangers don't look particularly well organised to me under Danny Rowe. They don't appear to be motivated. We've just discussed that with Scott. They can't even get themselves up for games that they really have to win, and they've certainly not improved. So,
I disagree on the point of I do think they're a bit more structured and a bit more organised compared to what they were under Russell Martin. That's a pretty low bar, but they are. I don't think they're conceding as many big chances. I don't think they look as susceptible to like counter attacks and stuff like that.
They're not playing the suicidal stuff out for the back and all that, so they've kind of knocked that one off.
There's been a slight improvement in that sense, but going forward, and you're laughing there, and I'm the same. I'm not a stats guy. I'm no big on stats, but there were stats came out during the week about Rangers XG and in terms of them creating big chances in games. In the Scottish Premiership, they're seventh in terms of creating
even the
chances.
Computer says no.
That is incredible. And I mean, you think of how much money was spent on this side in the summer. I mean, in every position, but from middle to front, you think Antman, Asgard, Gassama, Majowski, Shermiti, and you're 7th in the league when it comes to creating chances.
That's staggering.
Staggering. And then that kind of manifested itself again today. I mean, I think the first half, I'm thinking Bayrami, interestingly, by the way, Bayrami, who's been the forgotten man at Ibrox for like 9 months, is now our best player.
On the pitch today.
Yep, best player. Looked as if he's got a wee bit about him, wants to try and make things happen. Technique was good, wants to try and create, have a shot. His shot in the first half was their only real chance. And in the second half, Gassama, I think, get one that Scott Bain saves. That was it. Mm-hmm.
And I know we need to let you go up the road, Scott, but there's a few people, Craig being one of them in the comments. He says, someone has to explain the Raskin hype to me. He does nothing in Scottish football except the odd game. He seems to be getting a bit of stick after today's performance.
He does, and look, Daniel, it has to do more. I don't think he's the worst by any stretch in the Rangers team, and I think if there were better players around him, you'd probably see a better Nico Raskin, but that's no making an excuse for him. He has to do more. He's highly rated here. We keep saying he's probably the club's most kind of prized asset. He's a Belgian international, kind of nailed on. Pretty much starts for Belgium, or has done recently in every game. So he has to do more to dominate and dictate games. I mean, I thought Falkirk today, central midfield, Dylan Tate, Brad Spencer were excellent. Calvin Miller kind of playing middle to front. Raskin should be dominating games like this. Given his kind of current status and so-called value. So he's not doing enough I thought again probably Connor Barron showed more today, just in terms of that desire and determination and getting about the pitch and trying to make things happen. But Rangers are so lacking in so many areas. But I understand why Raskin takes a bit of stick.
I thought the body language all over the pitch is shocking as well, Scott. It's
Really?
there's a lot of hands going up in the air and people shrugging at each other and blaming each other. Just get on and win a game of football. And I'm looking as well. We're talking about guys that have come in. Antman, hopeless, replaced by Gassama. Asgard, hopeless, hooked for Danilo. Bayrami, as you said, Scott, comes back in from nowhere to look like the most creative and dangerous player that they've got. Majowski, hopeless. I mean, hopeless. And Max Aarons again, terrible.
Yeah.
I just think that they. So as much as I'm quite critical of Danny Rowe and wondering how long he gets as a honeymoon period here, the what he's working with it's the ultimate bum hand.
Yeah.